Welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Nervos Network and JoyID. Now, folks, when I dropped this banger of a tweet, I was dead serious as a heart attack. And what I'm about to tell you is truly epic. To the CKB community, I might have stumbled upon something huge within the ecosystem that nobody else is talking about, folks. But there is more to come in the next day or two. And I needed like 3 or 4 days to really dig into this. So I need to confirm a few things. This will be epic. That much I guarantee you, folks. And I was not kidding around. So without further ado, this project that's coming to Nervos Network, that's about to launch on Nervos Network, could rival MetaMask. Think about that for a second. But before we get started, please smash that like button. Consider subscribing. It's the easiest way to support Nervos, JoyID, my channel. We'll also be doing a demo on the testnet version of JoyID towards the end of this video. But getting back into the nitty-gritty on JoyID, this is one of the craziest breakthroughs ever. And really, it's important that we understand the team behind the project, folks. And one of the people behind the project is one of Nervos Network's very own founders, Cipher Wang. Now, Cipher Wang also went on to found Nervina Labs, and I believe they sent me some of my very first NFTs a few years back. But Nervina Labs is also behind JoyID. So really, folks, at the end of the day, it's no surprise that Cipher and his team at Nervina and JoyID would go on to just designing one of the most advanced crypto wallets in the space. And you notice how I said most advanced crypto wallets in the space? We're going to get to that in just a second. Like I was saying, folks, you know, this is absolutely incredible technology and what they're doing here. But it was really previously believed that implementing WebAuthn or passkeys on Ethereum, for instance, was next to impossible due to technical limitations. But folks, this is where things get spicy. Nervina and the team behind JoyID seem like they have cracked the code. Now, JoyID is really set to revolutionize passkeys by making it usable on Nervos and even on other blockchains. So this is like this huge leap forward in the terms of user experience in the blockchain world, and this will really help break down a lot of those clunky processes and hoops that frustrate Web3 users when you're trying to deal with some of the stuff on Web3. Let's face it, a lot of the stuff out there isn't user friendly, but I assure you JoyID is, and we're going to check out the testnet in a second. So, you know, like I was saying, passkeys, you know, very few blockchains have really been able to leverage passkeys effectively, and Nervos is one of the exceptions alongside Internet Computer Protocol, and there might be like 1 or 2 more. But that is where JoyID, the team at Nervina and Nervos stand in this arena. Really, the key reason behind this is the support for SEC 256R1, which we'll just refer to as R1 going forward because I'll get all tongue twisted if I try to keep talking about that. But R1 is basically an encryption algorithm that is crucial for passkeys. And really, folks, when it comes down to it, most chains don't support that algorithm, and they can't do so efficiently. Really, when it comes down to it, Ethereum can technically support R1 using Solidity, but guess what? It's so inefficient that performing basic tasks like logging in would cost big-time gas fees, and it would add up. Really, the solution known as precompile would also require a hard fork to implement. And guys, we've seen the Ethereum devs fight like cats and dogs. It would be hard for them to fork that or vote on that. The opinions would run hot. You know, it is what it is, right? Passkeys. This was thought to be impossible without R1. And this is where Nervina's workaround could really change the game, folks. And it seems as if Ethereum developers are taking notice. So in this Ethereum Dev Forum, they are well aware of JoyID. So with that said, they're gaining some of that recognition from some of the top developers in the world. And when you think about that, they have done something that the top developers in the world haven't been able to do. So that puts them above the top developers of the world. So we've got a gentleman here that says, it seems that there are other opinions to achieve the same goal as well. Does anyone know JoyID? Their team has done some hard work in crypto and achieved the same results without adding precompiled contracts or modifying Ethereum itself. I've been testing it for the last few weeks. What they're saying is forking Ethereum. There's all sorts of issues that could probably go along with that, right? So, they're talking about Nervos and JoyID in the Ethereum forums, folks. So why does this matter? Why does all this matter? Well, it's a technological breakthrough, really. And it matters to Nervos Network, JoyID, first and foremost. It would bring some crazy attention to the Nervos ecosystem. And when I have interacted with all of the leadership, I think I've pretty much met everybody at Nervos. And they are some of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. And really, when it comes down to it, this will just showcase all of that. And JoyID, Nervos Network, will stand alongside the major players, attracting, both the user side of things and the developers. And this could really spark a lot of curiosity about Nervos. And really, Nervos in itself is in this crazy unique position to support users from all the blockchain ecosystems. So it's like a win-win, and you got to think about those sweet Nervos gas fees, which cost a fraction of a penny, right? So if JoyID succeeds, it's not just a win for Nervos, but it's a win for the entire blockchain industry, and this would really validate Nervina as really this innovator in this ecosystem and all of the blockchain space. And this could go on to possibly open up other doors too, like venture capital, funding, things like that. And, you just think about Pandora's box being opened up to all these great things that could come. And we're going to just demo the testnet in just a second, folks. But first, really, let's talk about why JoyID is a threat to MetaMask. And folks, guess what? MetaMask is one of the most used wallets in the blockchain industry. I think we've probably all got extensions on our Chrome browsers or whatnot. But you can see that MetaMask is no joke. And imagine if JoyID added a DEX to their wallet, which is a decentralized exchange, and this would drive insane amounts of revenue for them. And that's exactly what MetaMask did. Was they started out as a wallet, then they added a swap, and that just shot off. I mean, this is crazy. So this would satisfy a lot of JoyID users, and going back to that Nervos Network sweet gas fee, which users would pay fractions of a penny, literally. MetaMask, on the other hand, really has some hiccups, as gas fees really just depend on the congestion of Ethereum's network. That was one of the reasons why I don't mess with Ethereum much anymore. I only mess with Nervos Network and a couple other chains that I am not paying an arm and a leg for a gas fee. There's no value in super high gas fees. I don't care what anybody else says. So when you think about JoyID in this respect, it really does have the potential to become something similar to MetaMask, but on a much larger scale, and it could be a lot more secure. So I've been following JoyID on the Nervos Explorer, folks, and this is where things are kind of getting interesting, because I am seeing a lot of transactions going back and forth. And I don't have my GitHub tab opened up, but the GitHub has been kind of quiet, and it's been on the DL. So this is kind of capturing my attention with JoyID, thinking okay, are they doing their final testing? So I'm feeling like this thing's about to launch. So if I had to guess, they've been also throwing down some pretty interesting tweets, I think. Hold on to your seats. Okay, that was dropped a couple days ago. They're rebranding to a fresh, facelift. So I'm thinking like all these things and the fact that they've been testing now for, 3-4 weeks, that things are probably worked out as far as the bugs are concerned. It's an app. It's a wallet. So these guys are the best in the business. So I'm going to hedge my bet here. My guess, I'm going to say by the end of November, this thing could possibly be out. But we'll never know. And I do think that it is a good time right now that we check on the user interface and see how the testnet works. So let's just see how easy this thing is to use. So you can see that we're at the main screen of the JoyID app, and we're just going to create a new account. And I might have to blur some stuff out because there's some privacy stuff going on here. But you can see I used my thumbprint. We're going to confirm the authentication. Thumbprint again. Folks, this is huge, and we have just created our wallet in 2 seconds, literally. What we're going to do is claim this test token. Okay, so you can see how we have now claimed 1,000 CKB. I've got it on my app here, and we're going to cut over to the screen now. I have done this with the assistance of someone across the country, and I am now going to be sending them $2.50 worth of CKB. Let's just max this baby out, and as you guys can see, we're going to hit send. Boom. Look at that transaction fee. And we haven't gotten into why this is going to be such a huge thing for Nervos Network, folks. And let me talk about this. I use my thumbprint to send this. Boom. It's out of here. It's sent. So that was super, super easy. And you guys can see that JoyID, folks, is really this great wallet. And they support all these other chains. And you can see Ethereum, J-Points, which maybe we'll talk about in a future video, but USDC, USDT, Polygon, Nervos Network, Bitcoin, Solana, Binance Smart Chain, Near Protocol. So we are going to be getting a lot of traction from all those chains right out of the gates, folks. So there you have it, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on JoyID. Like I said, I am super bullish on this, and I think that we will do a more concrete, in-depth video once the app officially goes live. And maybe we can get somebody from JoyID, maybe Cipher, someone from Nervos on to talk about what's going on with JoyID and some of these technological advancements and things like that, because I think people are going to take notice. Let me know in the comments section if you are going to use JoyID or try it out. I think you guys should. There is so much going for it at that point in time. So like the video, subscribe. We'll see you on the next video.